All right, guys, let's get out page 157 to page 160 in your workbook, and we'll go through this lesson together. All right. Yesterday, we talked about ordinal numbers all the way to the 5th spot. Today, we're going to talk about ordinal numbers all the way to the 10th spot. So see how our bears are lined up on the dock? They're getting ready to get on that boat, and he would be the first bear on the boat. So we have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. All right. So our directions tell us to point to the first bear that is getting onto the boat and draw a line above that bear. So we already said that that's the first guy. I don't have to go up here and get my pen really quick. Let's make that a little wider line. And we're going to draw a line above the bear that is the first bear that will get on that boat. Okay. Then the next direction says draw an X on the 2nd and the 10th bears in the line. So we know if he's first, that's jumpy, then this guy is the second guy. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's number 10 in line, so he's the 10th. So we're going to put an X on him as well. All right. And then it says to draw a circle around the 4th and the 7th bear in the line. So the 4th bear, we'll take a look here. 1, 2, we are jumping all around. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll draw a line around there. That's 4th. And then it said also do the one that's 7th. So he's 4th, 5th, 6th. There's our 7th bear right there, our 7th bear. All right. And we can go ahead and turn the page. And there you should see some koalas and some raccoons there on page 158. All right. So let's take a look at the koalas. And it said to trace a line under the first koala near the tip of the branch. All right, and they already did that for you. So all you really have to do is trace it. So here's our first one. He's near the tip of the branch. See how all of the koalas are facing in that direction? And then it says trace the X on the 10th koala. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and there's the 10th. And again, they already did it. So all you have to do is trace over for the 10th koala. And the last direction for this one says to trace a box around the 7th koala. So here's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6th, and 7th. So we just trace that box that they have for us there. That was easy. All right, let's move down to the raccoons. Now the raccoons are all facing that trash can. And so this one's going to be the first. He will be the first one next to the trash can. And it says to draw a box around the first raccoon on the can. So he's it. So we're going to draw a box. Box usually has straight lines, right? We're drawing a box around the first raccoon. We're going to draw an X on the 6th raccoon. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. There he is. There's the 6th raccoon. And the final direction for this one says to draw a line under the 4th raccoon. Oh, well, we're getting practice with ordinal numbers and with position words. So we're going to go under the 4th raccoon. So here's the first, second, third. That's the guy that's 4th, and we have to draw the line under him. All right. Are you ready to turn the page? Let's do it. All right. You should be on page 159 in your workbook. And notice how all of the horses are lined up. They are lined up facing the barn, right? Facing the barn, like they're going to go into the barn. So that makes a difference because this guy is the first next to the barn. But if you started to count this way, it would make him the first. So they're all facing toward the barn. They're all going that direction. So he is going to be the first one there. And it says to draw an X under the 7th horse from the barn. So here's our first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6th, 7th. That's the 7th horse from the barn. And we draw an X on him. Oh, I got to go get my pen. We almost forgot. There's our 7th horse. Now, the next direction says to draw a circle around the 3rd horse. So first, second, third. There's the 3rd horse. That white horse right there. And then to draw a line under the 1st horse. Well, that's pretty easy. There he is. He's the first one next to the barn. We'll draw a line under him. Let's check out the picture of the mice. Now, which direction are they going? Are they going toward the cheese or away from the cheese? Right, mice are definitely going toward the cheese, right? So it says to draw an X on the 2nd mouse from the cheese. So here's our first mouse. He's going to get that first bite of cheese. And there's our 2nd mouse. That's our 2nd mouse. We're going to do an X. Make an X on him. The next direction says to draw a circle around the 6th mouse. So first, second, third, fourth, 5th, and 6th. Right there climbing up the table leg is our 6th mouse. All right, and the last direction for this one says to draw a line under the 10th mouse. So first, second, third, fourth, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and there is 10th. And we're drawing a line under him. All right, are we good? Let's go ahead and turn the page for our last practice page. This is page number 160. And it says that we are going to draw an X on the 6th baby orangutan climbing up to the mother. All right, the one that's climbing up to the mother, the 6th. So we're looking right here where it says 5 in that triangle. Here's the first one, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and that little guy right there, he is the 6th. So we're going to draw a line on him, and guess what I didn't do again? I didn't get my pen. All right, so first, second, third, fourth, 5th, and there's number 6. All right. And then it says to draw a circle around the 10th baby orangutan climbing up. So the 10th one, here's first, second, third, fourth, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and there's 10th. There's the 10th. So we're going to draw a circle around that 10th baby orangutan. And the last direction for this one says to draw a box around the 2nd baby orangutan climbing up. All right, so the 2nd one, that's the first one. Probably going up there to the mama who's got the bananas. That's the first. This one is the 2nd. You're going to draw a box, which is usually straight lines, right? So we're going to draw as straight as we can get them. There's our box around the 2nd orangutan. Now we're going to go over here to number 6. And this, you see that number 6 with it's inside the flower shape. It says to draw an X on the 10th baby orangutan climbing down to the father. All right, so draw an X on the 10th baby orangutan climbing down to the father. So these guys are climbing down. So this would be the first one because they're coming down. Those guys are going up. So this guy's first, but these guys say they're coming down. So that's the first. So we're going to put an X on the 10th. So there's first, second, third, fourth, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and there is the 10th baby coming down to see daddy. All right. Now the next direction says to draw a box around the 8th baby orangutan climbing down. So here's first, second, third, fourth, 5th, 6th, 7th, and there's the 8th. The 8th one gets a box. These boxes are kind of tricky for me to try to draw. Not very good straight line there. All right, the last direction says draw a circle around the 3rd baby orangutan climbing down. So here's our first, here's our second, and that would make this little guy the 3rd, and we're going to draw a circle around that 3rd orangutan. All right, good practice. All right, you will be taking a look at pages 161 and 162, and you'll be doing those by yourself and then turning those in on Schoology to show me that you've been working really hard with your ordinal numbers to the 10th.